Okay, let's make a simple smile here. The attribute that we need is actually the one right in front of the mouth. That's a controller for the mouth, the one that looks like a little shape like a diamond. There's quite a few controllers there. We're going to click on the lips attributes here on the inputs, and there's a lot of them. You know, we can do a lot of animation, but just to keep it simple, you can go as far as you want to, because this is a really great exercise to practice, you know, shapes. And this is, as I said, this is a very extensive facial rig that allows you to do a lot of stuff with it. Let's go to the corner, which is the main thing where the smile happens. So we have corner over here. Let's see what happens if we we have X, Y, and Z. So in X we'll move this way, you know, Y will move up, and Z will move in depth. So let's see what happens if we put the X attribute in number 1. If you notice, it goes in, so we need to make it move towards the left so that this side goes in this direction. Think about the numeric, you know, the numeric coordinates. So that to the left moves negative, and to the right moves positive. So let's make -1. And as you can see, it expands. So, but now we want to move it up. So that will be on the y-axis, right? So let's see what happens if we put 1 on y. There you go. Now it's moving in that direction. And if we put, let's say, -0.5 on the z-axis, it will probably move back a little bit, you see, and then it kind of push back, and this beautiful facial rig just pushes the this area up automatic, so you don't have to do much on that area. So let's do the same for the other corner, okay? And I think 1 will be too much, so let's put -0.5. Oops, -0.5 to make it like a little subtle, a little less subtle, you know. There you go, like a soft smile. Okay, that works better. -0.5 on X, 0.5 on Y, and -0.5 on Z. So that looks a little bit more natural than the other one. So let's do the same for the other side. Let's look for the other corner attributes, which are right here. Corner, left lip corner. So let's do the same attributes reverse. So you can barely see here. 0.5 for the first one. There you go. And this is 0.5, so let's do -0.5. Oop, that didn't work out, so let's do 0.5. Oh, I went to shaded mode. That's okay, it looks actually better that way. 0.5. There you go. And the other one, let's do -0.5, because it's going back anyway. -0.5. Negative. Thank you. 0.5. There you go. So it looks more natural, okay? So, oh, I forgot to set up the initial attributes. So, since we're there, let's just set the keys on frame 9, okay? So then you have your final pose set. So let's say that on frame 3, that's when the transition starts. So let's set up everything back to 0 to go back to a neutral pose. There you go. Now the lips are in a neutral pose. So I'm going to go press S on frame 3, and let's say on frame 15. I want it to go back to normal, you know, to go back to a neutral pose. So I'm going to put them all on 0, 0, 0, 0. Press enter, and in frame 15, press S. So now we have a blink and a smile. Okay, if you wanted to hold that smile a little bit longer, so that the character keeps, it looks more natural, like smiles for a little bit longer, and you know, goes back to the regular pose that will be more natural. Just set the key a little bit further down on the timeline. Okay,